Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at 3 new Pokemon that's going to get released into Pokemon Go. And so we recently had just a video where we're going to took a look as well at like Pokemon like the Hisuian Lilligant that's coming up or the Eternatus. And yeah, today we're going to have 3 more that are coming up in the very near future. All of those events just got announced as well. So stay tuned for them. Also, we're going to take a look at what they can do for PvP. Some of the Pokemon are not yet data mined or anything like this, but even for this kind of stuff, remember that all of those things can change before release. Nothing is set in stone. Some of the movesets are really going to change still as well. But let's take a look here at Lilligant Raid Day. The Hisuian Lilligant Raid Day is coming up here. Where we're actually going to be able to get the Pokemon also as a shiny, which is really cool. And we have grass and flying type Pokemon. We already have quite a few grass and flying type Pokemon in Pokemon Go, like Breloom, like Virizion, or like the Chestnut. This is going to be another one, so like the typing itself is absolutely not unique in any kind of ways. It has a lot of weaknesses, which you can see there as well. Top counter is by far, of course, the Mega Ray Crazer, which you're most likely going to be able to just, easily, do it on your own there with it, because this Pokemon is not going to take a lot from a, Mega Ray Crazer there, like Aegislash Dragon Ascent is going to completely destroy it. But yeah, you're going to have also the option to buy yourself a ticket for it. But this is going to be next weekend, Hisuian Lilligant Raid Day. We see here CP 1457 if it's not weather boosted, which is going to be something that's below the Great League CP, so you can use the Great League. What can I do? We don't know yet. This Pokemon has not yet has its moveset there really revealed in basically Pokemon Go or anything like this. Like it's not in there yet. There are a lot of moves that this Pokemon can learn. As you can see here, for example, we have moves like Leaf Blade, which I would assume it's gonna get, which was the only way of this Pokemon being even decent at all. We're going to have access to Leaf Storm, which would be cool. Like this move here, for example, X-Kick is not in Pokemon Go yet. The signature move for this Pokemon, Victory Dance, is not in Pokemon Go yet. This can completely change the Pokemon and would make it even better. It learns a lot of TM moves here as well, like Magical Leaf here, for example. Trailblaze is going to be interesting. Grass Knot, Poison Jab, a lot of different kind of moves here. Vacuum Wave would be one of the fast moves that I would love to see in Pokemon Go that's not in there yet. Upper Hand is a move that recently got in access there as well. Triple Axel could be a cool coverage move, but yeah, this is basically here what I thought is the best moveset so far, which is Bullet Seed, Leaf Blade, and Close Combat. You could also go ahead and go for something like Magical Leaf on this Pokemon, and you most likely have some decent play with it as well. Actually, Magical Leaf performed better than the Bullet Seed here. Magical Leaf looked actually really solid, while the Bullet Seed was, Magical Leaf again. Bullet Seed looked actually a little bit worse than Bullet Seed looks a little bit worse. So yeah, I have a little bit of play for this Pokemon in the Great League if it gets access to Leaf Blade. If it gets access to Leaf Blade, actually Great League Hisuian Lilligant with a good fast move and close combat would have some potential for the Great League for sure. For the Ultra League, it will never really have potential. The main reason for this is this Pokemon just shares kinda the same kind of way that Virizion is, and Virizion is just this Pokemon in better. Virizion has close combat, Virizion has Leaf Blade, and Virizion has a very solid stat product, better than Hisuian Lilligant, and has already a very good fast move in the Double Kick, which Lilligant wouldn't learn. But it would need a complete new fast move basically in order to overtake Virizion. Virizion is just this Pokemon in way better. So if it has some potential, it's only going to be for the Great League because Virizion is not allowed there. Virizion, generally speaking, is the better Pokemon for the Go Battle League, for the Ultra League here. But still, cool Pokemon there. And again, we don't know anything about the moveset. The stats here, a little bit better to see actually in the Great League. It's actually kind of squishy here with 1700 there as well. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon, but would be an interesting one there. Again, none of the moves are actually yet in the code, so we don't know yet. Another Pokemon that's going to get released is going to be the Tatsugiri, which is going to be, I think, the same for every form. But in the main series games, actually, they all have a little bit of a different effect, but only in combination with Dondozo, which is not released in Pokemon Go yet, and I don't know how they're going to release it. But yeah, Tatsugiri is going to be available for the Water Festival, which is going to be cool. It's going to be a new regional Water and Dragon-type Pokemon. And you're going to be only able to get it through raids here, which are going to be regional raids, which you can join through friends as well. So you can get all of the 3 forms, which I'm going to try to do just for fun. But this is going to be the Water Festival. There are a lot of cool Water-type Pokemon spawning during this event here as well, where we see here, for example, the Blaster is really good currently. We have some Pokemon here that gives you extra Stardust, like the Staryu, which also has a shiny boost in there, which is kind of nice. Azumarill, of course, is still one of the best Pokemon. Whiscash still has play. Gyarados is going to be a cool one. Lantern directly going to give you extra Stardust because it's an evolution. Gliscor is one of the best Pokemon in PvP. Milotic recently got buffed, needs like one more buff to be really, really solid. And then, of course, yeah, Tatsugiri here is going to be an interesting Pokemon. And we're going to get the Lapras back with, the Drip, which is going to be cool. And we're going to have paid research for an ice cream if you want to have an ice cream for a $5. To be fair, kind of the prices that ice cream is nowadays anyway. Well, let's take a look, though, at Tatsugiri. And sadly, it's a bit more of a disappointing Pokemon from what we see so far from the moves that are Data Mined. Again, those can all change. It's all in PvPoke right now, by the way, for you to check out. We're going to see here Outrage, Surf, Muddy Water, and Hydro Pump. Cool. Not great. Like, absolutely not great. Like, this Pokemon just doesn't really have any reason to be played as well, because it's just a worse version of Kingdra. Like, it's literally just a worse version of Kingdra. Kingdra doesn't have Surf, so I guess it's a tiny bit faster than Kingdra to get to stuff, but Dragon Breath is way better than Water Gun. Outrage has, both of them have, and this has even better stats, Kingdra, so, like, there is literally 0 point of going for Tatsugiri over Kingdra, so, yeah, sadly, not a good Pokemon. But maybe it has some funny play together with Dondozo eventually, which I doubt they're gonna add in Pokemon Go, but would be kinda cool. Tatsugiri itself, again, would have access to some interesting coverage moves if they want to add it, like for example Lunge or the Ice Event in order to drop the opponent's attack, or it's both are dropping the attack. I would like to see like Dragon Dance as a fast move for a Dragon type Pokemon. I think that would be kinda cool, like no damage basically, but generating a ton of energy. But yeah, there are other Dragon type moves that are just not in the game yet, which would be kind of cool for it. Itself doesn't really learn a lot of moves though, so I guess that makes sense. I don't think it learns Dragon Breath either, so it doesn't have access to a really good fast move. Counters here the best fast move that it could learn. I would love to see Rapid Spin as a fast move as well in the game, but yeah, this is going to be for Tatsugiri. And now we're going to take a look at the actual one that most people are most excited about, which is going to be Aegislash. Like, people were like always thinking, yeah, this Pokemon is gonna break PvP. That's still the case. I'm not too sure about it, because we don't know really on how this Pokemon is going to function. There has not been official communication yet towards that, as far as I know. But you're going to be able to get this Pokemon only through playing Go Battle League and through 1-star raids. So you're gonna have it as a Go Battle League encounter here, starting at rank 6, which is going to be kind of cool as well during the event, and later on starting at rank 16 when the event's kind of done. So it's a Go Battle League themed event here as well, which is kind of cool, which also means there are a lot of Pokemon that are going to be sold for Go Battle League spawning there as well. It's Dragon and Steel type Pokemon, which is kind of cool. We're going to get the new shiny as well, which is going to be the next community day anyway, so it's kind of pointless to hunt it here, because it's going to be easier to hunt during the community day with the Corviknight. But as we will see here, this is going to be a very, very cool event where we're going to get access to the Aegislash. Aegislash, again, has 2 different forms, a shield and a sword form. In the main series games, we're going to have here, basically, if you go for an attack, you're going to swap directly before the attack into the attacking form, and if you go then for protect, for example, as a move, you go back into the shield form. Shield form can take hits really, really well, while the attack form takes, does a lot of damage. So I'm not too sure on how they're going to do it in Pokemon Go. I could see that they, for example, do it the same kind of way, that if you use a Protect Shield on it, it goes back into the shield form, or if you swap out, it goes back into the shield form. But if you go for a charge move just before the charge move happens, this Pokemon might change its form and does a ton of damage. But this could be too broken. This is the thing. This could be way too broken for PvP. I am not too sure on how they want to do it, because the cool thing here is, like, you always gotta start off in the shield form. You don't start off in the attack form, you start off in the shield form in the main series games as well, which means you want to have a nearly fully XL version of Aegislash, which is going to be very difficult to get anyway, but you're at like level 47. You have Insane Bulk on this Pokemon, you have Hurricane, which recently got buffed, which is a really good fast move. You have Shadow Ball and Flash Cannon as like good coverage moves. Even Gyro Ball would make sense because it's the cheapest move to have on this Pokemon. But you know what's kind of mad then? Then you can go to the Blade form. Here, this is the Blade form, currently at level 21. That's great, but this is not where you're gonna be. You're at level 47 then. And you kind of have a 2700 CP Pokemon in the Open Great League. So I'm not too sure on how they do that. Honestly, I have no idea on how they do it. Like, it's either going to be one of the most broken Pokemon that you can imagine, or it's going to be a Pokemon that nobody can is going to use because they basically start off as a Blade form and then they go into the Shield form in the battle, because then with a stat change, it's just very difficult to implement into PvP. I'm curious on how they're gonna do it. Let me know down below on how you think they're gonna do it, but if it's gonna get released, this Pokemon is going to be absolutely overpowered, like absolutely amazing. And there will be people just like basically building teams specifically for it. I do feel like that this current chart here doesn't actually showcase on what it can do, because basically here on the right side would be the offensive version of Aegislash, I guess. I guess that's now with the CP there. But basically, you're only going to be in this form if you go for a charge move. You can swap out afterwards and reset that form. So, like, I do think that Aegislash is going to be one of the most common lead Pokemon and one of the most broken Pokemon if they're going to add it like this. I'm not too sure on how this is going to work, but let me know down below what you think. This is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah, let me know down below what you think about the 3 new Pokemon that are going to get added into Pokemon Go. Aegislash is going to completely change everything in the way it is currently in the main series games. I wonder if they're going to do the same here for Pokemon Go, but it is what it is. See you then. Bye bye.